Hey YouTube, it's Joe with the 86 Trans Am floor pan replacement using used pans. It's Saturday. I had a little time this week and today to do a little work on these. I still got to clean things up a little bit. I got the patch welded in to the rear footwell on the passenger side. Let's go around the other side here. I put that flange back in. That's at the tail end of the rocker panel. I replaced that whole flange from about here all the way back to there. I had to do it in 3 pieces. I kept trying to, I'll put this piece in, I'll put this on. I ended up doing the whole thing. So, what I did here, I know in the other videos this was pretty weak, and the reason for that was they had stitch welded the inside of it to the rocker panel that they replaced. So I had to take my grinder with a fine wheel on it and grind down into it. And I got into the sheet metal. So I just went ahead and welded that sheet metal back up and then just rounded it off with the grinder. And I added on this piece that was missing in the front there. It's not, it ain't bad. I mean, there's still a couple pinholes, as usual, that I'll have to touch up. A little bit more grinding on it to smooth a couple of areas out that I've just noticed just now. On the front footwell, that flange, let's try it this way. This flange in here was pretty crunchy. This had had a cut in it here and a hole there. I just filled those up, welded it put a patch in from here to there, and just did a weld on it. Patched up a couple of holes that were showing through. It's all pretty solid. I just saw that one. I can get that when I weld it in. So a little bit of cleanup on this side, and this pan is ready to go, except for that screw. I got to replace that screw. And I can do that after it's in the car, so it's not a big deal. It's kind of crunchy in that seam, but I'm gonna treat it, wire wheel it, and quite possibly epoxy coat it. I know a while back I was frustrated with the condition of the welds that were coming out on the driver's pan over there, and I threw pretty much all the blame on the welder. Talked to a few people and did some research on it, and the welder is not 100% to blame. For the sake of keeping my garage clean, I was doing the work outside, and it was a breezy day, and what I discovered is that was blowing the gas that the flux core in the wire creates a gas when it melts and shields the weld, and the breeze is blowing that gas away. That's why I was getting these real crummy welds. I did this work inside the garage here, and these came out way better. A lot less pinholes, a lot better welds, good penetration, and not a whole heck of a lot of junk. So I didn't really have to clean it too much, and everything came out pretty good. So very soon it will be time to get that in here. On the car itself, the driver's side rocker panel, the inner rocker panel, about a foot of it in the front has to be replaced. Where the floor pan meets it, it's rotten, it's gone. So I'm gonna fabricate a patch for that, and there is also some rot in the passenger side firewall where there's 2 spots where the wheel well and part of the frame box all come together with the floor pan, and where the firewall and floor pan come together to the far right on the pan itself would be in this area here in that car, is real bad. So that's all going to have to be, I'm going to have to weld that up when I do the removal of the floor pan. I'll take the floor pan out, clean up the frame rails, and rework that area, weld in the patches that I need to make everything solid. And then I can go ahead and cut these pans to put them in. And that will pretty much get me back in the ball game on that, and I can clean up this disgusting mess of a garage of mine, and move on with the drivetrain portion of this build. Hopefully, there is a little bit of body work needs to be done to the car, but I'm going to put that off until I get it running. Once it's running and driving, then I'll start to worry about that. It's a long-term project, so apparently. So we're just going to let that stuff simmer for a while. I need to get it moving in and out of the garage under its own power so I can do some work on it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You're caught up. Take another quick look at this. I have to grind these welds yet. I haven't done any of the grinding on these patches over here and plug welds that I had to do due to all the ferocity from the welder. But the, what is it, Crud Cutter phosphoric acid bath that I gave it is holding up real well. It's been sitting here for a week. I haven't had any problems. I don't see any spots of rust coming back except for on the bottom where there was some pitting. There's a little bit of surface rust that started to come back on it. So I'm going to hit it again with, when I clean this pan, I'm going to clean both pans at the same time prior to installing is the plan for right now. That may change as I may have the bare metal areas coated with epoxy primer. Debating that around, going back and forth, it's going to slow things down as far as getting them in. Just due to the straight up time that it takes me to get them over there to him, and when he does his work, he would do these, so I'd be waiting on that, and I may wait until it's in the car and the car is moving, and just heck, I may even end up buying a compressor and a cheap spray gun just for that purpose. So I don't know yet. I'm still thinking it over. We'll figure something out eventually. So that's your update for today, Saturday. One step closer. All right, we'll see you.